Welcome into Just an Average Football Podcast, where every week is football week, and what a weekend of football it has been. Currently watching the Rams-Bears game, final game of this Divisional Round weekend. Casey, what did you think of the game so far this weekend, Saturday and Sunday?
Well, the Bills and Broncos game was definitely fun. We were sitting in Osaka. Waiting for an hour, watching the game. Then saw it go into overtime, and then watched it in overtime while we were sitting there waiting.
We'll get into all these games. We'll just kind of some quick hits on them.
Yeah, I don't know what to really think about that game when we get into it and talk about it more. I definitely think it's the funnest game that has been on so far, except for this one. This one's pretty good. This Rams-Bears game is a really good defensive battle right now.
Yeah. Yep.
49ers, Seahawks is what it is. I knew the Seahawks would spank them. They spanked them a couple weeks ago. I didn't think there was going to be any change. And then this afternoon's game was probably one of the worst football games I've ever watched in my life. So
it was a little rough. Yeah, and this one, like you said, a close game here. We got an awesome podcast today, though. Going to talk about these matchups here in the divisional round. Hopefully going to get Mason on during halftime of this game, get his thoughts on his Rams. Fingers crossed he joins. I don't know. I know how I was yesterday watching the Broncos game. So
you didn't even answer. You didn't even answer your phone.
I put my phone down. I wasn't checking anything, so I cannot blame him if he's doing the same. But let's go ahead and hop into these games here. We'll start with the first game that was on yesterday, which was the Broncos Bills game. Boy, I tell you what, being a Broncos fan, the back and forth, it looked pretty good there for a while. We were up 20-10. And then Josh Allen came out after halftime, put on his cape, did some things. For having 4 turnovers in the game, he still played a phenomenal game. The defense played, that pass defense for the Bills was really good. Bo Nix played a great game. Supporting Bo Nix here. We'll kind of get into everything that happened on that as well. But, back and forth, goes into overtime. Some ticky-tack calls that I'm not going to get into right now, but, a win is a win. And then I got to enjoy it for about 40 minutes. And then I got the breaking news that Bo Nix broke his ankle. So pretty short-lived. It's like, man, I couldn't even enjoy this win because that happened. It's like I went from being on an emotional roller coaster the whole entire game to finally being excited to then just being like upset, depressed again. It's steady time now. Next week, obviously, Broncos hosting the Patriots, who just won. We'll get into them as well. But, that was my thoughts on the game. I do want to get your opinion on those PI calls and the interception in that game. What are your thoughts? We'll start with the interception. What are your thoughts on the interception? Because I don't know if I haven't really talked to you about this, so I don't really know your opinion.
No, I haven't really said much about it. At first when you're watching it, I thought Brandon Cooks had a great catch and he just ripped it out of his hands. That's what it looked like. Looked like he ripped it out of his hands, and then when they said it was an interception, I'm like, there's no way, like absolutely no way that because he had full possession of the ball and then he came down with it. Looked like he had full possession of the ball, came down with it, hit the ground, and then he ripped it out. But the more you look at it, the more that what is it, the Calvin Johnson rule that they talk about?
Yes, yep.
And that came into effect there. It's tough to say because I had no skin in the game, but I think it could have went either way, to be honest with you. I think that it's really hard. Whatever call they made, whether or not they were going to say it was a catch or an interception, it was going to be really hard to overturn either one of those.
Yeah.
So if they said it was a catch, Brandon Cook's catch, not an interception, would have been really hard to overturn.
Yep.
And when they called the interception, it would have been really hard to overturn that too. I think McDermott should have at least challenged it.
You can't challenge it.
You can't challenge that?
No, because everything is reviewed.
I guess it is reviewed. So you're right. So it is reviewed.
Every play is reviewed.
Yeah. And was it reviewed for a while? Or
It
no?
was, and they took a timeout, and then they
Yeah.
reviewed it some more. So I mean, like you said too, it was in
It's
slow
just really
motion.
hard to, it's just really hard to
In
overturn
slow motion, it looks a lot worse than what it was. But when you see, the full speed of it, it looks bang bang play, and he comes up. McMillan, the corner for the Broncos, comes up with the ball. They slow it down. You've got to complete the process of a catch. The ball was moving the whole entire time. It's got to survive the ground. Well, the ground wasn't a factor. The DB's arm in there was the factor. I think it was Walt Anderson is the rules analyst. I was listening to him talk about it, and he's like, yes, absolutely right call. But whether you agree with it or disagree with it, the game's over. And the Broncos are going to be playing next week, regardless of what anybody else thinks. Yes, they're playing with Stidham. I've seen a lot of people like ball don't lie. That's why Bo Nix got hurt. Like people that are happy and wish injuries upon people
that's terrible.
in sports is I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. But with that being said, I gotta say all respect to the Bills. As beat up as they were, I think they had 14 people on the injury report coming into the game. Ed Oliver's out there. He's not 100%. He's coming back. I think he's been out for I don't know how many weeks. They come in there and they played one heck of a game. Josh Allen played a great game. Like I said, it is tough when those flags are not thrown the whole entire game, and then when they come at the end, it's pretty easy to point at those. You get a lot of people saying, and I brought up to you guys, a lot of people saying, hey, let the players decide the game. Well, the players did decide the game when they decided to, get the pass interference calls. And the one thing I will say is that pass interference on Cortland Sutton, I didn't like that. You had the same thing going the other way with Riley Moss, and it was not called. Now, a couple plays before that, little Jordan Humphrey was getting just mugged on the other side of the field, and that wasn't called. And I don't care if it was a makeup play or not. You can't just throw that to have a makeup call, which I know the officials don't do that. But the one on Marvin Mims was indeed a pass interference call. Tre'Davious White, you're there early, you're tackling to the ground before the ball's even there. So I think that was definitely a pass interference. But it is what it is, and now we're rolling with Jarrett Stidham in the championship game. But
Yeah. I mean, like Josh Allen said, you don't deserve to win if you have 5 turnovers. And that's like we're going to be getting into the next game here.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that, but it's just real. It's honestly, you look at teams and like you look at the game and you look at who had what, and you almost kind of thought that the Broncos should win the game. You would think, and then the Bills come out and blow it up in the second half and tear it up. So it's football, and you never know what's going to happen. Especially next week, you never know what's going to happen with your backup. So
exactly, and I'll say this too, and people might disagree with me. And I've went through the stages. What is it? The 7 stages of grief, where you go through denial, and then I think I'm finally at stage 7, where I'm in acceptance and hope. But yeah, definitely started in denial with everything that transpired. But I have some hope. I don't think Stidham. There's worse backup options out there. I think Stidham, if he was out, and Sean Payton said this as well, he'd probably start for 4 or 5 teams in the NFL right now. And I agree. I do think he would as well. He doesn't have Bo Nix's athletic ability, but he does have a better arm in my opinion. Here, I know we're both watching this game, and oh my goodness, what a catch! 38 seconds left, no timeouts for the Rams, 7-10. We got to hurry up and get through these games here because I want to get Mason on to get his thoughts on this game here at halftime. But yeah, I'll go ahead and just wrap up that with the Broncos. Good win for them. We'll see what they
got 2 timeouts. The Rams have 2 timeouts left.
I must be ahead of you. They have 1 timeout on my screen.
They have 1 timeout now, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You said they had no time. I thought you said they had no timeouts.
I probably did. I just glanced. But yeah, I'm not gonna. Like I said, I don't spend too much more time on it. Good win. Whatever you think of the game,
You're in the AFC Championship.
We're in the championship, so people are going to continue to hate on Bo Nix. I know that's going to happen. I thought the game was won by Bo Nix. It definitely was not won by our defense. Our defense gave up, I think, 300 or 400 yards. They gave up a lot of yards yesterday.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next game, though. Boy, the injuries finally caught up with the 49ers. 7-41, wasn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, it was bad.
6-41. and it was all on the ground. You had Kenneth Walker 116 yards and 3 touchdowns. Sam Darnold only 124 yards passing and a touchdown.
He didn't have to do anything, though.
He didn't really have to do anything. That defense looked great. Brock Purdy, 140 yards and an interception. He was the leading rusher on that team. Christian McCaffrey, 11 carries for 35 yards, and then Jordan James, 6 carries for 28 yards. So not great at all. Like me and you said, we watched the game a few weeks back, and they had Kittle, and it still didn't look great. Not having Kittle, injuries catching up with you, that Seattle defense just flies around. Their linebackers are really good. Their defensive line's really good. We've got a draft later on where we're going to draft some position groups, and some of their position groups are at the top of my list. But any thoughts on that game? I mean, really not much to say other than what we've seen.
No, I mean it is what it is. It's a divisional. A divisional game that they just had their number. They've had their number all year. So
NFC West, just a crazy good division. 3 of those 4 teams in the playoffs. We'll go ahead and move on to the games from today or for today. You had the first game, which was the Texans at Patriots. Texans had every opportunity to win that game. I think there was a total of 8 or 9 turnovers total in the game. 9 turnovers in the game. Maybe a record in a divisional game in the NFL. I don't know. But watch this play here really quick.
It was crappy weather, but it's like...
Yeah, I mean, still all the turnovers and stuff like that. C.J. Stroud had 4 interceptions, I do believe, in the first half. He just did not look good.
Yeah, he had 3 in the first half and then ended up having another one in the...
Yeah, he did not look good. Really at all. And the defense was getting to him. He was inaccurate. I'm going to go ahead and look up his final statistics here because I know
the crazy thing is that at halftime he had more passing yards than Drake May did.
Yeah, Drake May, honestly, he didn't look. I mean, obviously you're playing the best defense in the NFL, but he didn't look anything spectacular either. Yeah, he was 20 for 47, 212 yards.
They threw a lot because they couldn't run.
Yeah, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, and sacked 3 times. Drake May, 3 touchdowns, 179 yards, 1 interception. So, not a great game, really. I mean, 3 touchdowns, pretty solid. But, I mean, when you're getting the ball, you're getting constant turnovers, and you're getting the ball in midfield every single time, that definitely helps for the Patriots. 16-28, though, 4 turnovers, and, you still have 28 points. That Texans defense, very good. So like I said, turnovers, you have that many turnovers. The fact that the score is even that close is kind of mind-boggling to me. But
yeah, there is absolutely, in my opinion, there's absolutely no way.
Yeah,
there's no way that the Patriots win this game next week if Drake May if the offense is that way. I don't think that even your backup's going to play as bad as C.J. Stroud played.
Fingers crossed. I mean, we hope not. We hope that doesn't happen. We'll wait and see.
But the Patriots defense really isn't that good to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like C.J. Stroud just looked like he had no idea what he was doing out there.
Yeah.
Like and it was just really bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean
that was just a terrible football game, and
Texans offensive line, good, not great. Broncos have one of the best pass blocking offensive lines in the NFL, so hopefully that helps us a little bit going against the likes of Milton Williams and Chazon and those other guys that get over there on the Patriots D line. Very underrated. One of the Ellis brothers is a linebacker. I think it's one of the I don't know. There's too many. We have one of the Ellis brothers. They have one of the Ellis brothers. The Falcons have an Ellis brothers. Tons of Ellis brothers in the NFL. So, any more thoughts on that game? Obviously,
no, it's just
we
ugly.
know the matchup that it is Patriots versus Broncos next week. Any thoughts on that game? Any early predictions on who you think is going to win that game?
I want to go with the Broncos.
I wish you wouldn't. We've been underdogs this long.
I know, but I want to go with the Broncos. I want to. I had in my picks the Patriots going to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah,
I
and
had it
losing
in
to
my
the
picks.
Bills. Yeah,
Yeah, losing to the Bills. So I predicted that whoever was going to win that Bills Broncos game was going to go to the Super Bowl, and I'm still standing by it.
yeah, and you know what? We didn't. I don't think I gave you your. Maybe I did give you your flowers on the last podcast because you haven't been on here since then. When you clean sweep, or maybe we didn't bring it up. Clean sweep in the wild card round. You got every single one of your picks right on that. So
Yep.
I'm all for it. Hopefully, you continue to get your picks right here.
Yeah, the only one I got wrong was that Bills Broncos game. Is the only one
Yeah.
I've been getting.
Here's my thing. If the Broncos can play just a mistake-free football game, methodically move the ball, get pressure on Drake May, if the stadium's loud, watching how Drake May played against a good defense while at home, I'm kind of hoping that another good defense on the road, which our defense, it's not great. I think ever since our bye week, we have not been a very elite defense compared to. I mean, obviously we had 4 turnovers, which was awesome. I think we're kind of picking it up a little bit more now in the playoffs, but we will wait and see. I'm gonna pick the Broncos because I'm tired of picking against them. I want to see them. I want to see him win. All I really want is Bo Nix to get his recognition that he's actually a franchise quarterback. But that is what it is. I mean, everybody's gonna have their opinions on that. And then obviously it's halftime now at this game, so we can kind of jump in over to the game here. Bears and Rams. It's halftime. It's 10-10. Thoughts?
The Bears defense is actually playing pretty good. They're playing solid, and Caleb Williams is playing solid. He's not other than that first. Honestly, it didn't really matter. That pick really didn't matter. They were going to probably punt it.
Yeah.
They're probably going to have to punt it anyways, or they went for it. So it was better
Field position.
better
Honestly,
field position for. I mean, they went down and scored, obviously, but
Yeah.
the field position wasn't too much difference than where it would have been.
yeah, I think
if
if
you
you're a
wouldn't have threw the
defender,
interception.
having awareness, just swat the ball down and take it up there wherever they were at. But yeah, the talk was that a lot of people have been split on this. The talk was, well, Matthew Stafford. I mean, there was one extreme where Matthew Stafford can't play in the cold. It's, he's used to playing in a dome, and then the other extreme is like this team's way too talented. The Rams team's way too talented. Like the Bears aren't gonna be able to handle this talented of a team. And here we are at halftime, and it's 10-10. And I really wish we had Mason on here, like I said, to kind of get his opinion on this. If we get him on here though, at any point in time, we'll definitely get his 2 cents. Who do you have winning this game though?
I'm still sticking with the Rams. I think if the Rams, Sean McVay does a really, really good job of
Adjusting at halftime.
Of adjusting at halftime, and
So do the Bears though.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. They're two good coaches.
Really good
but
coaches.
But Sean McVay is veteran. Has
Yeah.
been doing. He's 14 playoff games, and he's just now turning 40.
And Ben Johnson's 39, I think, same
Yeah.
age too.
So I don't know. I'm going to go with the veteran coach, and I'm going to go with a guy who's been there. I'm going to go with the quarterback who's been there. Just a team that knows how to win in the playoffs. And I'm going to go with them. I think it's going to be fairly close, but I think that they establish that running game a little bit better, and the play action is going to start working just a hair more, and I think they're going to come away with it.
Yeah. I agree. I think the Rams come out and they take care of business here in the second half. And like I said, we've been wrong before on here. I'd like to see the Rams win. If the Broncos don't go all the way, I want the Rams to win the Super Bowl. That's just my pick for the NFC. Here's the thing. It's going to go because there's a scenario here when we get to the championship game, the NFC championship game. If the Rams win, I'm picking the Rams over Seattle. If the Bears win, I'm picking Seattle over the Bears. So I can't really make a prediction right now on this game, on who's going to go on and go to the Super Bowl. But I hate to do this because we're going to pick against them and then they'll make it. I don't think the Bears are going to the Super Bowl. And if you're watching this and you want to clip it about 20 minutes in, you're more than welcome to. And then you can come back here and give me a hard time. That is fine. I will. I'll take the L. I will, and I'll own up to it. But I don't think that the Bears make the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be between the Rams or the Seahawks, and maybe you can give your opinion on that as well.
I think, honestly, in my personal opinion, I've been thinking since I thought since the beginning of the season that the Rams were going to go to the Super Bowl. and I'm still standing by that. But I also, after about 3 or 4 weeks in, I thought, man, Seattle could go to the Super Bowl too. So it was one of those two teams that I had that could have went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I never even, no matter how good the Bears are playing, I never even questioned. That thought never even crossed my mind that them even going to the Super Bowl. So
yeah. Just a couple more questions to you here. Oh, Mason said he is ready. Perfect. We're gonna get Mason on here really quick, and then we'll get his opinion on this game. There he is. Got the jersey on and everything.
he's alive. He's not dead yet.
Yeah.
He's not dead yet. All right, we'll make this quick so we can get you out of here. All right, so we got Mason on here. Mason, wanted to get you on really quick, and I know exactly how you're feeling right now, dude, because the fact that you're even on here, I'm really happy, because yesterday at halftime I put my phone down. I wasn't talking.
Yeah, he wouldn't even
saying
answer
anything.
anyone. We wondered
Wasn't
if he was
answering
alive
anybody.
or not.
Now 10-10, really quick. Want to get your opinion on this game. What are you thinking so far?
I was a little upset that we didn't establish a run game early. We came out, fired it down the field a bunch of times, but obviously the first drive ended in a touchdown. I mean, we've made the stops when we've absolutely had to, obviously, except for that touchdown on fourth down to DJ Moore. The offensive line has got to make some serious. Actually, the offensive line's doing good. They're holding up. It's just we're not, the running backs or the tight ends aren't picking up the corner blitzes or the safety blitzes. Brisker's playing a hell of a game so far, coming off the edge. I think Stafford was sacked 3 times. I like the adjustments that they made on that last drive. Just okay, because my thing is, hey, if you clearly they're not hiding it, like they're bringing off the edge, you need to be able to have a check down. Just like a couple of those plays that Caleb Williams has made, dumping it off to Monungai or Swift. Like we got to have a hot route there to save Stafford. But it's nice that we're able to put a decent drive, big catch and throw by Stafford and catch by Higbee there to get us down there. The kick looked awful. I didn't think he was going through at first. I'm like, oh boy, but I don't know. Got to find more creative ways to get Nakua involved, especially Adams. He's back and healthy. We got to find a way, but Adams is more of a deep ball threat, not an intermediate route threat. So you have to have time to, for those routes to develop down the field. So I'm definitely not feeling great.
Could be worse.
We've made worse. Luckily the Bears have left, 6 or actually, to be completely honest, that first drop was by who dropped in the end zone? Was it Adunze? The first drive.
Yeah.
And then we got to the interception on fourth down, but they've left some points out there.
And then you stopped them
twice. Yeah. On fourth down.
2 run plays. Yeah.
Yeah, they've left a lot of points out there. They definitely could have scored on those field goals, and they decided to go for it. So, I mean...
That's Ben Johnson, though. He's been doing that all year long.
Yeah.
The only thing that scares me is I don't know how the Bears will respond. They're so used to, being down at half. I'm curious, how... I feel like they just get better as they go. I wasn't expecting to run the ball as well. They can't run the ball anywhere up the middle, but Swift on the outside is... looked pretty good, but we need to do something to get the run game going. But
they're the only two. Yeah, the Bears. The Bears are the only team that has 2 running backs with 750 yards or more.
Yeah.
So they're a 2-headed monster.
Yeah. I think the Rams aren't too far behind them with Corm and Kyron, but I don't know. We got to get the run game going, because I think if you watch the Rams enough, Stafford's specialty is the play action pass. And right now we can't. Right now it's just strictly shotgun. We're not doing any play action. So if we get out early, establish the run in the second half, impose our will, because that's like I told you before the game started. For us to win this game, keep the ball in Caleb Williams' hands, and those 10, 14, 15 play drives, scoring touchdowns, just like that first drive. We need more of those. Keep the ball out of their hands. They've got too many playmakers. Luckily enough, like I said, they've gotten aggressive. We made the stops when we needed to, or they've dropped 2 or 3 balls, wide open balls. So that's not going to happen in the second half. They, notoriously played better in the second half. So obviously both teams are going to make adjustments, but
we'll see.
Play the game. So
see how the second half goes here. Like I said, we don't want to keep you too long. Last question for you before I let you get out of here to go back and watch this game. NFC or the AFC Championship, obviously next week. Broncos Patriots. What's your pick for that game?
Man, honestly, if Stidham because here's the thing, the Broncos offense doesn't ask a ton of their quarterback.
Yeah.
Hit the quick intermediate routes. Hit your check downs and let that defense, get a lead and let that defense pin their ears back and rush the passer. I think if Stidham, if they, like I said, they've got a whole entire week to game plan him. It's not like he's not getting a ton of reps. He's the second string quarterback, so he's at least getting some, a decent amount of reps throughout the season. Obviously the Patriots defense is really good, but I think if Stidham plays a clean game, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Drake May's defense has bailed him out. Like, yeah, his stat line looked good. I think he threw for 200 plus pass yards and 3 touchdowns. But he's shown that he gets a little squirrely in the pocket and isn't able to really sense
He had
the
4
guys
fumbles.
on the edge. And he's been fumbled the ball a lot the last 2 games with guys who can rush off the edge well, just like the Chargers, just like the Texans, and Broncos got guys. They got a bunch of guys out there. So I think if Stidham plays a clean game, I think, especially it's at Denver as well. So that's gonna play into it. So I'd say, like I said, I'd be wishy-washy. Like I said, if Stidham doesn't have a single interception and they win the turnover battle, Broncos win. But if Stidham turns the ball over, then I say the Patriots win. But
I just saw a thing on the TV here where it said that Stafford has been sacked twice in the first half, and that's a season high.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
well, that's 3 people here picking the Broncos. The kickoff just started here for this game, so we're going to let you get out of here and go get laser focused back in on that game. Thanks for stopping in, and good luck to your Rams.
All right, see you, man.
All right, so obviously it's nice kind of getting Mace on here really at the perfect time during halftime here for that Rams-Bears
it'd
game.
been funny to get Brad on here.
It would have.
Oh boy, I don't.
He wouldn't have been
know,
able to
man.
handle it, I don't think. But we're about 30 minutes in right now. We're going to hit on just a couple more questions, just quick on this. We're going to talk about, X Factor coming up, I think. We're going to say X Factor for the Broncos and X Factor for the Patriots. And then we'll say the Seahawks. We're not going to even touch on the Rams or Bears because we don't know yet. But X Factor for the Broncos going into next week's game. Who's the X Factor?
Man, it's tough for me to pick right now. I would have said Bo Nix is the X factor for the Broncos if he would have played.
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna say, man, I don't know. I don't know.
Is it Stidham? Is it Stidham? I mean, like Mason just said.
And honestly, it might be him. I was thinking it was either him. It's going to be him, or it's going to be Cortland Sutton. I like Cortland Sutton played a hell of a game against the Bills. Had some amazing catches. I'm like, holy, where has he been? Where's he been? And
it was very quiet the whole entire game.
So I'm going to say it's going to be either Stinton. It's going to be, is it Stinton?
Stidham.
Yep. It's going to be Stidham. Yeah, Stidham. It's going to be Stidham, Sutton, or I say Surtain.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I think Stidham has to be the X factor player. Like Mason said, win the turnover battle. He doesn't turn the ball over. He just does what Sean Payton needs him to do. I think he's definitely going to be the X factor of this game. As far as the Patriots go, I think you can stick with the quarterback. I think the X factor of that game is going to be Drake May. Does Drake May turn the ball over? Does Drake May, have big passes? I think quarterbacks in general are probably the X factor. I do like your pick. Stephon Diggs, though, could be the X factor as well, depending on how he plays. Seen, was it Booty really stepped up today for the Patriots, which he's been doing that all season. So I'll give that, give that to him as well. But who do you have for the Patriots as far as the X factor?
The Patriots has to be Drake May. Has to be him. There's a lot on his shoulders.
Yeah.
There's a big spotlight on his shoulders. Second year man, MVP candidate.
Yep.
They're like, can this kid do it? Can he do it in a big time situation? And he's done it twice now. So can he get him to a Super Bowl in his second year with a second year coach? Or first? Is he second year coach?
First year
coach. With a first year coach, can they?
Wait,
I thought it was second year.
Well, no,
he's first year. You're right. You're right. Yeah, it's his first year. Yeah.
Yeah, first year.
Can these guys get there with first year, second year guys with a big future ahead? I don't think that the Patriots are going to go away, unfortunately, but nope. I think it's definitely Drake May, in my opinion.
I agree. Now, going over to the NFC side of things, I think we're going to differ here a little bit. I think the X factor for the Seahawks, I think it's going to be the running game. I think it's going to be Charbonnet, or however you say his last name, Charbonnet, and Kenneth Walker. They had huge games in that game yesterday, and I think that it's going to be the same thing. Sam Darnold, while he's done it twice, I can't say he's a bad quarterback. I don't think he's an elite quarterback. I think he's another one of those game managers. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that the running game is probably going to be the X factor, because like I said, and I'll say this and I'll stand by it. If it's a drive where they need to score, I don't think Sam Darnold is clutch enough to lead that team down the field. That's just my personal opinion. But who do you got? Who's your X factor?
So my X factor is the whole defensive line for Seattle.
Yeah. Okay.
The whole defensive line for Seattle, whether or not they play Chicago or LA.
Yep.
They have got to get to the quarterback. And when they get to the quarterback, they're a very tough team to beat.
Yeah.
Their defense is elite. They held a very, very granted, San Francisco's offense is a little beat up, but they put it on the Bears, who doesn't have a bad defense. They put it on the Bears, scored 30-something against the Bears. Yeah. So I say it's the whole defensive line and I want to say Sam Darnold too, but I'm going to go with the defensive line because I think Sam Darnold can just do just enough to just be a game manager, like you said, and he doesn't have to be spectacular. And I think a little bit of the spotlight's on him, but I think that he has exceeded all the expectations that has been thrown his way this year. I don't think that anyone thought at all that he was going to go to contend for a Super Bowl just when he signed that contract, at least this year, anyways.
No kidding.
And so I think that the spotlight is going to be on that defense or the run game. I think the run game's got to be good too.
Yeah, I like that. Yep. So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, we're a week away, so we are definitely going to find out how those games go. Last question here, and it can be just really quick, and you can tell me what you think here. So, which team, and this would be either the Broncos or the Seahawks, has the better home field advantage? Is it the Broncos with the altitude, or is it the Seattle Seahawks with the 12th man? That's their thing, the 12th man there in Seattle. So, what do you think?
They both have crazy fans, crazy atmospheres. I think that if, man, I don't know. I'm gonna go Seattle. I'm gonna go Seattle. I think Seattle does because it's still a little colder up there. The pressure of the team gets fired up with, like you said, the 12th man there. Yeah. That like when they play at home, they're just completely different. Yeah. Completely different team when they play at home, and it's loud. I think you can go either way with it, though. I think Denver thrives playing at home too. I don't know what their record is at home this year, but I know that the record.
They've only lost one game.
I know the record for Seattle is very good, and they're also deadly good on the road too. So whether or not they were going home or away, I think it'd be tough to beat them. But I'm going to go Seattle just because they get that extra boost that they really, honestly don't even need. Yeah. When it comes to it, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Broncos. Not only to be different, but I really do think that altitude plays a huge difference when you're playing below sea level. I mean, if you've been to Colorado, you've been to Wyoming. Me personally, when you go up there, first couple of days you're short of breath. I get your head feel like a little bloated and stuff like that. And even Aqib Talib, I was watching a podcast where he was talking. He's like, man, I got there and he's like, my lips were chapped, and then all I could think about was like, where's my chapstick? Like my lips are chapped. And this is when he played for the Patriots, and they ended up losing that game, but. I'm just like, man, out of all the things, like having chapped lips and stuff like that, and he said I had really bad cotton mouth. Like I couldn't breathe. I had really bad cotton mouth. So I'm just like, all right.
You know what happens when you go to Colorado? Colorado's big for,
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So,
it's like I got dry lips and cotton mouth, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Stay, like Stephen A. says, stay away from the weed.
Yeah. Moving on to segment 2 here, which is my personal favorite segment, What in the World of Football. There was a lot of what in the world of football moments. Let's each hit on one here. What was your what in the world of football moment for this week?
CJ Stroud. What in the world, dude? You want to be an elite franchise quarterback. You cannot do what you did. And for even the announcers to recognize that Davis Mills played a big part of them going 12-5 this year, you got to be questioning as a franchise. You got to be questioning: is it Davis Mills or is it C.J. Stroud?
You might be questioning, do we need another quarterback?
Do we need another quarterback? Yeah. But Davis Mills didn't play bad any of the times that he played.
No,
he played he played good, and I honestly cannot believe with the game on the line like that in the second half they didn't give Davis Mills at least a little bit of a chance. But CJ did come out, looked like he was a little bit more settled in the second half.
Yeah.
But man, five turnovers. That's just
not great.
Not good. And 3 interceptions in the first half.
Yeah.
Just not good, especially when you're trying to win a football game. It's like it's impossible to win football games when you just giving them free plays.
Yeah. My what in the world moment, and I like Sean Payton, love Sean Payton. He's great at scheming things up. My what in the world moment is, why are you having Bo Nix running a quarterback, sweep out to the left, when we're kind of already in field goal range? Just hand it off to your running backs who are averaging like 4 yards a carry. Give it to Jaleel. Just not worth it. What in the world are we doing here? We're in a position to kick a field goal and win. We lose 2 yards on the play anyway. Bo's still out there on the field. I honest to God did not know when it happened. I thought when I first heard the news that he broke his ankle, I'm like, did he do it celebrating in the locker room? Like, did he break his ankle celebrating in the locker room? But then, you see it. Then you see after he throws the long, and that's what I seen too. The ball he threw to Marvin Mims, like, man, like usually, he's not great at, hitting the deep ball. At least this year it hasn't been great. But I seen that. I'm like, why did he float that up there so high? And then you go back and watch some of these experts break it down. He's like, he's trying to keep all the pressure in the world off that ankle. It worked out in our favor anyway. But I'm just like, man. I hate to see that. Who knows what would have happened, though, if we would have ran the ball. A lot of things can happen, fumbles, whatnot. That's my what in the world moment, though. I hate to see it. Hopefully a speedy recovery for him. Just a great dude. Like, just a godly guy. Wears his heart on his sleeve, just like a lot of these football players do. We can talk about Josh Allen as well. But hopefully he comes back stronger and better than ever. I realize this isn't like a torn ACL or anything like that, so the recovery time is probably 4 to 8 weeks. But yeah, just sucks to see. It is what it is, though. On to the next game. But yeah, that's my what in the world moment. Nothing too crazy. Just like, what in the world are we doing? Just run the football with one of your running backs. So something big happened here. I wasn't even looking.
No, Colson Loveland just about made a spectacular catch.
Yeah, he did. Dropped the ball. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up what in the world moment today. We've actually got a draft coming up here. It is going to be an ultimate playoff defense draft, and we will touch more on the rules after a quick word from Smackin' Sunflower Seed. All right, time to talk about a game changer for snack time. Smackin' Sunflower Seeds. These aren't your average dry, dusty seeds. Nope, Smackin' takes flavor to the next level. Bigger, bolder, and straight up addicting. Whether you're chilling at the ball field, gaming with friends, or just need something to keep your hands busy, Smackin' has you covered. And the best part? No soggy seeds, no weak flavors, just pure Smackin' goodness in every handful. So if you're ready to upgrade your seed game, grab a bag of Smackin' Sunflower Seeds today and get ready to start smacking. Scan our QR code or click the link in our description to get 10% off your first order. All right, and we are back. We have got an ultimate playoff defensive draft. Every single team that was in the playoffs this year is eligible to be drafted. We're just drafting position groups. So really quick, just a reminder of the playoff teams, of the teams that were in the playoffs. Texans, Steelers, 49ers, Eagles, Packers, Bears, Panthers, Rams, Bills, Jags, Patriots, Chargers, Broncos, Seahawks. Okay. So all those teams are available. You're drafting not players, but position groups. So you can take interior defensive line, so defensive tackles, edge rushers, linebackers, corners, safeties. Just because I don't want to do this for 30 minutes, you can have repeat teams. So, for example, we're just going to use we'll use the Steelers. They're out of it. We'll use the Steelers, for instance. If you drafted the Steelers' defensive line, their defensive tackles, I could still take their edge rushers. So make things a little bit easier. But I think this as well will kind of narrow things down a little bit too, so we're not trying to go through every single team's depth chart. While I play a lot of Madden, I still, being able to know all those players is kind of tough. So Let's go ahead and start. We'll flip a coin here to see who goes first. And you can draft out of order, so you don't have to draft an interior defensive line first. You can draft whatever you want first.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Flipping a coin. Heads or tails?
Tails.
And it's heads. I swear you can never win. I want to pick second in this one, so I'll let you go first. I would like to pick second, and I'm going to go ahead and write my groups down here, and then we'll kind of see. We'll see who's got a better one here. We'll let the listeners bet.
Okay.
Let them
go
with this.
Man, my first pick, I am going to go with Will Anderson Jr.
So you're taking the Texans edge rushers.
Yep.
Okay, so you're taking the Texans edge rushers, okay?
So you just go with Texans edge rusher. That's what you go with.
Yeah, so it's just edge rushers. Yep. So you're just going position groups. So you're taking both edge rushers. So you're taking Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. So basically,
I'll take that.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're taking Texans edge. All right. I get back-to-back picks here.
Okay.
I think it's pretty. Yeah, I think this is pretty easy for me. I'm going to take the Broncos edge rushers.
Okay.
Taking the Broncos edge rushers. And who else do I want here? This is tough. You know what? Give me the. I want to be a homer here. Give me the Broncos corners as well. I think it's just too deep. They have Pat Surtain. They've got Jaquan McMillan, who's a third string guy. Some would classify him as a fourth string guy, but he's our nickel corner. Riley Moss, he gets a lot of hate as a white corner, but taking him as well. And then obviously our rookie Jade Barron playing really, really good too. So give me the Broncos corners as well. So I've got two Broncos position groups here. What is your next pick? You get back-to-back picks here. I know it's tough. I'm trying to look at what I've taken. So I've taken edge and corners.
Oh man.
It's tough.
Okay. Give me the Bears.
Okay.
Safeties.
Oof, I like that. Brisker.
Yeah,
Brisker
Byron,
Kevin Byard and Jaquan Brisker.
Who's leading the league in interceptions, and their defense is leading in interceptions. So I like that. So
God, I love that pick.
I'm not a big Bears fan, but give me their safeties.
Yep, love that pick. Okay, so you get another pick here. Gosh, that's really good. I liked that.
And then give me the Eagles cornerbacks.
Eagles. Ooh, I like that. Cooper DeSheen and Quincy. Quincy.
Give me the Eagles.
Not Quincy. Quinyon Mitchell.
Quinyon Mitchell. Yeah,
that's
give me the Eagles cornerbacks.
I love that. Great picks. I got to be strategic here. So you've already taken safeties, so I'm going to leave safeties out. I'm going to go interior defensive line and linebackers. Okay. I love both these guys. Let's just go ahead and get this one knocked out because I really do think I really think I do want this one. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm doing this again. I'm taking the Broncos D-line. I can't believe I'm doing it, but you get good guys that can rotate in. You've got John Franklin Meyer in there. You've got Zach Allen, who I think leads the league in pressures in the middle. Some underrated guys there at defensive tackles as well. Yeah, give me. I'm doing it. I'm just being a homer the whole entire time here. Give me Broncos D line. DJ Jones as well in there. Yeah, gonna go ahead and take the Broncos D line. And then linebackers. This is where I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Broncos linebackers are fine. Not a huge fan of them. I'm between two here. Between two linebackers. Okay, you know what? Give me just for the speed, and I'm gonna do this here. Give me the Seattle Seahawks linebackers. Just for the speed wise here, you've got Nwosu, who's really good. You've got Ernest Jones. I think their backups. Oh my goodness, I use him in Madden. I think his name is Knight. Last name is Knight as well. So give me Seattle. Give me their linebackers. Seattle's linebackers. Okay. Up to you here. You got back-to-back picks, and I still got my safeties left on the board since you took the safeties, and I know exactly what I'm taking with safeties.
So here. I'm going with my fourth. I'm going the interior defensive line and give me Seattle.
Seattle. See, you're taking all different teams. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
But
So
then again, I'm taking all the Broncos. So
yeah. So give me Seattle's interior line.
Okay.
I mean, can't go wrong with that.
Okay. Yeah, they got Leonard Williams and Byron Murphy there, so I mean, really good interior defensive line.
And
man,
so I got what left? I have linebackers left.
It's a
pick.
Yep. Golly, looking at this, I probably should have. Oh, I messed up. That's okay.
So give me, when healthy, give me the 49ers linebackers.
I like it. Fred Warner, and then I think they've got a rookie in there.
Yep, so give me the 49ers linebackers.
I messed up, but that's okay. I'm looking here. I really should have taken the because I love both these guys. Both these guys are actually my linebackers in Madden, and it's the linebackers from the Packers. It's Edgar and Cooper, and then Quay Walker, both really quick, really good. Oh, well, I think Seattle's linebacker is still really good as well. I am going to take the Packers safeties, though. Xavier McKinney, really good safety. Yep. Evan Williams, pretty good as well. So give me and that defense, I mean, honestly, that defense before Micah, I feel like that defense, when Micah got hurt, the whole defense kind of went downhill a little bit. So, yeah, give me
I went all NFC except for the Texans.
Yeah. Yeah, I went Broncos, Seattle, Packers, which in reality, I mean, Broncos have had a pretty good defense.
Yeah.
But linebackers, I could have taken the Broncos safeties, though, too. When healthy, Brandon Jones and Talanoa Hufanga. I just want to get away from that a little bit. People call me a homer, so I say I don't know ball because I want to pick as a Broncos. So I got to make sure I spread it out a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, let us know in the comments. We'll go over these really quick. Finished off here, I took the Broncos edges, the Broncos corners, the Broncos D-line, Seattle's linebackers, and the Packers safeties. Casey took Texans edges, Bears safeties, Eagles corners, Seattle's D-line, and 49ers linebackers. So let us know in the comments who you guys think won that draft. Now looking at it, I think Casey may have won that draft, but
I told you I was going to surprise you a little bit. I did a little bit of research because I'm not much of a defensive guy. Like when it comes to football, like I'm not really like I never really played. I didn't play football in high school and stuff like that, and I never really got into watching a whole lot of football until honestly we really started doing this podcast in a couple years before. I always did fantasy football and stuff, but it was never defense involved. It was always offense involved. Yeah. So I always knew football, but I didn't know defense very well. So I just kind of did a little bit of research and stuff.
And I probably watched too much football. Coach football, watch football. It's literally all I think about, all I dream about. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like me with basketball.
Yeah, but all right. That was a fun little game. I think that's going to wrap it up for the podcast for tonight. Current score of this game, though, still 10-10. So we're going to find out who wins this this game here, and then we'll talk about the AFC Championship matchups next week. So until next week, I'm Jacob. That's Casey. We'll see you later.